Hello and welcome to another 31 Days of Halloween Horror segment. As you can see, we've got some pumpkins to join us today. Oh, they didn't name them. I kind of hope they named them. Too bad. Oh well.
I named it. This is Minecraft.
That's Minecraft. I don't even know what this one is.
Winky.
Winky. Winky. As you can see, it's got a winky eye. And yeah, today we are talking about an oldie. An oldie. I decided to...
You decided to scare me.
Yeah, to throw her off her game. Actually, it was one that I had to watch before the end of the month, and I figured, you know what? It would be something that we could all enjoy together. Thus, we brought the pumpkins along, and these would be her daughters, who joined us in watching the movie, but had to send them to bed because it is late. So, I know what you're wondering. What kind of movie did they watch that is good family fun? Well, thanks to this DVD, we were able to catch Not of This Earth from 1957.
58.
Or 58 as she wants to, because it says 58 on the back here. Which is, it's about an hour long.
Yeah, so it's not even like, I wouldn't even call it like a movie. Maybe like a TV program kind of thing, right?
Well, like it's normally, was normally played sort of like as a double bill with the Attack of the Giant Crab Monster movie that I reviewed before. So it's, you know, part sci-fi, part horror, part weird. This one was a little bit weirder than the last one. And that's one of the things I actually like about these old black and white, you know, B movies, is they have some really weird things going on in them that, yeah, you know what, I think more modern filmmakers should watch more of these films and sort of steal little bits of them, because there is some gems in these things. This is directed by Roger Corman, who obviously, you know, everybody should know who Roger Corman is, and he directed the Crab Monster movie as well. And written by the same guy, so the story, well, like I said, he was the guy who, he's really famous, but you want to go into what he's done, go watch the other movie. Or the other review. Wasn't the other movie. Essentially, there's only two cast members in here that are really worth mentioning. And that's the alien, I guess the main alien guy. Yeah. Who is, I believe it was Paul Birch. And like a lot of Corman, well, just a lot of people back in those days, he did a lot of, I don't know, even these days, if you're into B film, if you're a B movie maker, you got to supplement your income somewhere. So you tend to take on a lot of roles in television shows, you know, play second detective, no name in, you know, some movie, a lot of, you know, spaghetti westerns and all that kind of stuff, where you're just small little bit roles, you get paid for the day that you came in, and that's how you make your living, right? Hoping to get that one big break.
This was not that big break.
Actually, for both the main characters, really? This is one of their big breaks. They do have other things. For Paul, the main alien guy, he was also in the Cannonball television series. And he was a main player in that one. But outside of that, not much of anything else. At least, I mean, he did have some main roles, just like in this film, but they were, again, B films. Nothing anybody really would recognize. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to really. He's not somebody who I mean, even if you look him up on IMDb, he doesn't have a photo. Like that's how popular this guy is. Yet he is the main character in this Roger Corman film. The next one would be the nurse, who is played by Beverly Garland, and she actually managed to get a career eventually, but in television again. She in the same rough time span, ended up in a film series called Decoy. Mm-hmm. And that played for a few years, I think. And then in the 80s, you may remember this television show, she was in Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
I loved that
And
show.
she is the...
Who was she?
Who do you think?
She wasn't Mrs. King.
She is...
She was too young. Like, the Mrs. King character was too young.
Yeah, she was, what was her character name?
Was it, like, her mother or something?
Well, we'll find out in 1 second. I should have wrote that down.
That was a good show.
That was a good show. But I mean, the same type of thing. She played in episodes like Magnum PI and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, and Heart to Heart, your show. She was in one episode of Heart to Heart.
Oh.
But
now I gotta find out which one I got.
Dorothy West, Dottie. She played Dottie.
I can't remember who that was, but she was in a lot of them.
But she was in a lot of one. The only other one film that I should probably mention that people watching this channel or people who are into this film might know is a film called Roller Boogie. Do you know it? You don't know it?
Sounds like your kind of movie.
It is, well, yeah. It is definitely, I will bring it up and I will show you.
Oh, no.
Oh, the awesome poster art for Roller Boogie. And yeah, she plays, I believe the character's name was Lillian, but that's what Roller Boogie looks like, folks.
Wow.
And yeah, she had a main role in that. Outside of that, again, like I said, these type of people, it's just little parts here, little parts there. That's how they made their career. But yeah, she was probably the only person out of this film who actually managed to get a full-on regular career during segments of her life. Everybody else was walk-ons, essentially. But yeah, so what is the film about? Do you want to give the synopsis?
You know I hate doing that. I'm no good at that. Well, I'll say
pretty easy
mine,
one.
and then you can fix it.
All right.
So the, what did you call him, the main character? What do you call him, the alien? Is that what you said?
We'll call him an alien. Call him the alien.
So, we don't know right away how he got to Earth.
No.
But he's at Earth. He's in Earth. And there's something wrong with him, and he needs blood. He needs human blood, because he's going to die
he's
if
a
he
space
doesn't get his
vampire.
blood. Well, see, I wouldn't say that, because then it implies that he's going around like, you know,
well,
and he's not.
No.
Technically.
No, he's not sucking on their blood like a vampire type thing, right? He's actually doing it very medically, in a sense. He's using some kind of weird suitcase.
Yeah. Very neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he needs the blood, and he has to get the blood. And, well, see, this is where it's tricky, because I don't know if I can say what he does or not.
Well, the most general sense is the planet where he's from is dying. The people are dying, and they need new blood to be able to survive. So they've been in wars, and they're essentially, when they capture the enemy, they drain them of their blood and use their blood to, supplement their own. But they're running out of people. Essentially, the war and all this, killing and stuff is draining their blood supply. So they've sent somebody to Earth to try and see if their blood is compatible. And yeah, so that's essentially what it is. It's this alien who's going around with some kind of weird laser eyes that fry your brain so that he can, drain your blood and, test it and see if it works. And then he, I guess he convinces a doctor to kind of help him out and using some kind of mind control type thing to figure out how to save it. He doesn't know this, but how to figure out, what's wrong with his blood and, his alien race's blood and how to, fix it. And so that's essentially what the main idea is behind the story. Of course, what happens in it, well, you got to watch it to find out. Because, yeah, it's got some... It's almost a thriller. I mean, it's got a car chase. It had...
Yeah, it was totally not what I expected at all. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, no. I'm thinking 60s science fiction, just...
You mean when I showed you what we were watching today?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. And because, I've seen some stuff before, and I was just like, oh, God, really? I don't want to watch this. But then I saw that it wasn't too long, so it's like, all right, I can deal with that. It's not long. But I really liked it because it wasn't what I thought.
No, you know what? It's very, very simple. Mm-hmm. Really, really simple. It's location-wise, they've got like doctor's office, house, a really nice house. So interior and exterior of both of those locations, and a park, and then a few other little places for pickup shots. So I mean, in terms of locations, nothing spectacular. Didn't need a studio or anything for this. Just had to shoot on those small locations, small cast. Main characters, there's maybe 5 speaking parts.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's a few extras thrown in there here and there to pull it out. Yeah. But yeah, it had, believe it or not, gore. There is blood in this thing. Not just, draining the blood and we're going to drink it and, store it and ship it back home. But there's actually, people are getting killed when there's actual flowing blood in this. 1957 flowing blood. I mean, this is awesome. I love the fact when you find films that are from this era where it's not like they don't shy away from it and they actually show the outcome. Because normally it's like violence off screen. Mm-hmm. You may hear a thump and a ah,
yeah,
and then it's like boom, boom, boom. Music comes in, and then it's like they cut the scene, and then it's say like a detective or something will show up and be like, oh, I don't know what killed her, blah, blah, blah. That's usually the way these kind of stories go, especially with the sci-fi. You'll see it's sort of like hint at the monster or something like that, and then suddenly the girl usually goes, ah! Right? That's usually what you get.
That's what I thought.
And that's exactly what she's picturing, right? But we didn't have that in this film. No, we actually had the main character with the creepy eyes who's just like shooting people with them, though you don't see rays come out of his eyes. You don't get that impression.
That would be good. That wouldn't work.
That'd be a little hokey. Yeah. But no, he's just like looking at them and they're like, oh! And it's basically frying their brain instantly type thing, right? And yeah, it's just, it's sort of like a mystery, right? Like everybody's sort of, he's trying to hide what he's doing and using his mind control and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, he's an alien. He doesn't know how we work on Earth, right? He doesn't know how to drive a car, and yet he tries.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's these little things that sort of add up to everybody going, there's something wrong with this guy. There's something fishy going on, and then eventually they overhear things and they figure it out, and yeah, it starts. That's when you hit the climax of the movie, and car chases and killings and bodies count starts going up, and you're just like, holy crap! Like this movie has like a little bit of everything going on here.
And I mean, okay, because it was the time that it was made and everything, some things are a little bit, it's like laughable, right? Because it's like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
But still, it was enjoyable.
It was, and I think we find it laughable because of where we are now.
No, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, like at the time.
At the time, I don't think it necessarily would be. This would have been a pretty creepy film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Outside of the hokey sci-fi aspects of it, because they were still hokey sci-fi back then, except for, I guess, younger audiences. Because that's one of the things. These films could be watched by younger audiences, right? And I don't know, some people found those things cool, like they found the sci-fi elements and such cool, but I don't know, I've talked to people and they said, yeah, no, we found that kind of stuff a little hokey back then too, like ray guns and stuff, and you see it, right? People make fun of you. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna find your little aliens, you're gonna shoot them with your ray guns, right? And you see it in the movie itself, right? So even if you weren't back then, you know that idea of the people beyond the, in the stars, the aliens and stuff like that. That kind of sci-fi, there's two sort of camps. The people who believed it and were like, yes, like this is what it is. I believe in the flying saucers and the ray guns. And then the people who were like, you guys are crazy. Real crazy. And I think they had that sort of division with watching the movies as well, right? There were people who were like, nope, it's either Gone with the Wind or nothing, right? But other people, hey, Roger Corman made a living on it. He made films for the other people who loved this crazy stuff, who loved the sci-fi and the horror and such. People who love watching 31 Days of Horror videos on YouTube. Because who else is going to be interested in crazy, crazy Roger Corman films from the 1950s? Maybe you will be now. Well, if you made it this far in the video. Evan, if you're watching right now, I want you to post a comment that says, hey, I watched that video. Because he's watching 1,000 videos and commenting. I don't know how he does it. He's like a robot. Maybe he is a robot. Check out Blu-Ray Evan character. I'll put a link down for his channel down below. He's an awesome guy. I love him. I just got, because he's always like one of the first people to comment on my videos, so I just had to call him out, because sometimes literally I don't know how it's even possible. No. I'll have put it up and it won't be up there a minute. It's like it is a 7-minute long video and he's already commented on it. I'm like, how did you watch that entire? There's no way. But hey, somehow he manages, because there it is. There's my comment from Blu-Ray Evan. I love Blu-Ray Evan. Evan is back. I'm glad he's back. So glad he's back. I missed him, man. He took an hiatus. And see, now we're on a rant. We're completely off the subject of this movie. All because of Blu-Ray Evan. That's how good Blu-Ray Evan is. And you should check him out. Lesley loves Blu-Ray Evan.
I do.
Actually, she was a little upset that he was always commenting on the videos before she ever got a chance to look at them.
Well, the commenting didn't bother me. It's just like, oh, I'm not first again. Like, I would know you're gonna put something. Well,
she knows I'm putting it up, and I tell her I'm putting it up, and it's like, and then I tell her, hey, the video's up. Like, I'll tell her this video's up because she's in it, right? She wants to see the video, and I'll say, hey, the video up, where we're talking about that Roger Corman video is up. And she'll go, oh, great, I'm going to go watch it. And then she goes to it, and Evan has already commented on it. Yeah. He's already watched the video. And she's like, how's that even possible?
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah, no, it's okay. We love Evan. Evan's awesome. It's just, yeah, it's so funny because he's in there right away. Got the comment, he's done. Honestly, Evan must live in front of his computer. I don't think he goes to school. I don't think he eats. I don't think he does anything, because it doesn't matter when I put up the video. Comment.
Maybe he has something automatic or something that he's got it set up all fancy, and he can it knows when there's a video and it just does it.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool. Oh man.
What's going on?
Relax.
Jeez, I thought there was a bug or something. I was gonna freak out.
No, just a live pumpkin.
Not funny, Rob.
Anyways, guys, we both actually enjoyed it unexpectedly, and I was, you know what, considering I had watched the Crab Monster movie one, and this was played with a double bill with it, and I liked that one, I was kind of hoping that this was going to be good as well, so I guess my expectations were a little higher than Leslie's when it came to this one, so yeah. If you have any desire to watch...
No, don't say that. I think just watch it anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because it's nice and it's different, because everybody's so used to watching, well, not everybody, but most people, they're just watching everything from now, right? And you get used to that, and then it can kind of get boring. And this was just, to me anyway, it was kind of refreshing, because it's like I haven't watched anything even in black and white, right? For a long time.
It's true.
So it's just nice to have something different. Mm-hmm. So I just think watch it anyway. But I don't know, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, but this one, it works, right? It's The crab monster one, it's schlocky. It's giant crabs, right? So take it or leave it. But yeah, no, this one is kind of straight up. It's a little bit of horror, a little bit of sci-fi. Like I said, a little bit of thriller. It's got some action going on in it. So it actually might appeal to a wider modern audience in a way, right? And that's one of the problems with these type of films is a lot of the modern audiences, they look at them, they're like, that's boring.
It wasn't, yeah. It wasn't boring.
Hey.
I don't know, I found it and what really surprised me is that the girls actually watched the whole thing.
Honestly, we thought they were either going to fall asleep or say, no, I'm going to bed. I don't want to watch this. Yeah.
But they were even like
they were commenting about it.
And I was like, wow, you're actually paying attention.
Yeah. So if that gives you any kind of idea, you know, we watched it. We enjoyed it. Yep. I don't know if they enjoyed it, but they watched it, which is saying something.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you parents out there know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Just getting kids to watch something
that's not Minecraft.
That's not not Minecraft or some CG. Like even just a regular animated film sometimes can be a chore, right? Because they're so the colors aren't blah blah blah. You know, it's not modern. It's not Pixar. And
they didn't even say anything that it was in black and white. Like that didn't.
Well, no, except for when.
No, I know.
At the end of the film, the menu comes back up, right? And half of the actual menu part is in color. and her eldest made the comment, "Oh, now it's in color." No, it wasn't.
But I thought that was going to come up like right away as soon as they saw that it was black and white. Be like, oh. You know, really? Do you have to watch this or whatever? And it wasn't an issue, so I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, no, that was surprising.
It's not like they've watched a lot of black and white stuff, right? Like, no.
So, we'll have to see if we can get them to watch anything else.
Well, I'll watch some more stuff now because.
She says that now.
Well, it's on video. I can't take it back, right?
No, you can't. Well, 31 Days of Horror are going to be over soon, so. The mandatoriness of watching things is gone. It's more do you want to watch this? Comes into play. Because she didn't have a choice on this one.
I had a choice.
Well, it was either this or the zombie movie.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would have liked that one.
Oh, the 31 Days of Horror, they can be a blast. You watch some stuff you've never seen before. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. And considering most of the stuff I haven't seen is B movies, it's often bad. Mm-hmm. So, we are almost done.
Oh, but you know what? I should have said this before.
What?
And you know what was also good about this?
Uh-huh.
There was no nudity.
There was no nudity. I cut that out.
No, because that's always in everything, right?
It is these days,
So it was nice to just have like a story and that wasn't, it wasn't needed and it wasn't there. So I sound like a prude all the time, right? Because I'm always like, yeah. But it was just nice to have a regular story.
Yes. She sounds like a prude. Yeah. Unless it's male nudity. In which case she's like, oh yeah, I love seeing all that nudity. It's true. It is so true. It happened.
I didn't say it on camera.
Didn't say it on camera. She said it before we rolled the camera. But not about this movie. That's a different story. We're getting off on a huge tangent here. Like we've done a couple times already in this video. So let's cut this one here because we've got a couple more days left in October.
Like a week.
A week, yeah.
1 week.
And she'll be over. No more 31 Days of Horror.
That's sad.
But yeah, I've already almost managed to hit 31 movies.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be hard to hit my goal of 31 films I've never seen during the 31 Days of October. But if you want to stick around and check them all out, keep watching because there's more to come. Till next video, take care. Have a good one. Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin.
Don't spoil candles, eh? Oh! That's not a blooper.